Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening from everywhere. I am Mohsen. We are here with another AI session from Zero to Hero Microsoft community. We had a great session about the AI with CR. And you can also scan this QR code to join this Zero to Hero community and our channel. We have a lot of content and every Sunday session and also another things to learn. And before switching to CR to start the presentation, I'm going to share some slide about Microsoft Learn community. The Microsoft Learn community is a set of content and actually certificate a lot of learning content, and you can join to other technical people, learn more, and based off the role, based off the certification, you can filter the content and learning more. And actually, you can join from this link, aka.ms Microsoft Learn community. And actually, I think we present our old session. We are in AI Skill Challenge months. You can register, and is it possible to have it give a certification? And we had three AI fundamental session. You can join to our YouTube channel and see the old session. And next Friday is the last AI fundamental our session. Don't miss that. And the last slide is a short code of conduct. Be aware of the other, be friendly and patient, be welcome and respectful, be open to all question and viewpoints, be understanding of difference, and be kind of consider to other in comment and question. Yeah, this is the time I added the CR to a stage. Hello, CR.
Hi, Mosen.
How are you?
Yeah, fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. We are so excited for session. And also other people. We are waiting to learn more.
Yeah, thank you. Even I am
Is
excited for the session. Yeah.
yeah, is a stage for you. You can share your presentation and start.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Okay. Hi, all. Thanks for joining today's session. And in this session, we would be seeing AI driven dialogue, where we would be seeing how can we use the AI builder along with the Copilot assistants, which is like what all can be done inside the Power Platform, and with the help of Copilot, that whatever we can use the AI inside the Power Platform is something that what we would be seeing for today. And before I go into the session, let me give a brief introduction of myself. I am CR Bhargavi, working as a senior software engineer for Ford and a Microsoft MVP and a Microsoft certified trainer for more than 3 years. And I also hold C Sharp Corner MVP, and I am a global speaker, blogger, and author. You can find my articles under the C Sharp Corner page with the name of C Sharp C Sharp Corner slash CR Bhargavi dot in. And you can also either reach out to me through LinkedIn or Twitter, or through my personal website as well. So if you have any queries post the session as well, you can get in touch with me. With that, the agenda for today's session would be like, we will be seeing what is AI Copilot and AI Builder. We will be seeing an intro of it, and then we would also be seeing what is Power Platform as an intro of it. and then we would be seeing what are the prerequisites that are needed for the AI Copilot to be enabled, and how can we enable the features of AI inside the Power Platform. And we would also be seeing the benefits of Copilot, and what are the roles that the Copilot plays under the Power Platform. So these are some of the things that we would be seeing, and we would also be seeing a demo on how does the Copilot works when it's been enabled under the AI Copilot of Power Platform. And at last, I would be taking up the questions. So, with that, let me uh, let me start with the introduction of the Power Platform. So, it's something that's not new nowadays. Like, Power Platform is a low code, no code platform which spans an um, Microsoft 365, Azure Dynamic 365, and the standalone applications, wherein we have multiple services being available under it, like Power BI, which is used for business analytics tool, and Power Apps is something like which is used for the app development or the mobile application development. And then Power Automate is something like the robotic process automation or the digital process automation can be done over there. And the Power Virtual Agent is something which had turned up to Copilot Studio now. And Power Pages is something like when we want to connect the external website, then we would be going with the Power Pages. So all these together spans up the Power Platform, and we have different connectors that are available under the Power Platform, which can be done with the help of the data connector. And we also have AI builder apart from the data connectors to make use of the AI facility being available under the AI under the Power Platform. And we also have Dataverse, which is something very similar to SQL, but not exactly the SQL, which is something used under the Power Platform, and which will be used for the storing of data and everything. So with that, we can get in touch, like what where does this AI come when in Power Platform is being used, as like uh, AI inside the Power Platform is not something new. What we can see is like it had been when the AI builder came into the Power Platform, we can say that Power Platform already has the capacity of the AI being done with it, wherein like we have AI builder, and we can now bring our own model inside the Power Platform as well. And there are more than 950 connectors that are available, and we can make use of anything that is there inside the Power Platform to get it connected with either AI builder, or we can integrate it with the Copilot and get the applications or the processes being developed, and we can do the similar things over there. So when the AI builder came in, the journey of the AI into the Power Platform began, and it had come to a level now that AI builder can now integrate all the copy. It can now take up the prompts as well as input, and it can give you the result of the model that what we choose inside the like the chat gpt models that what we have, right? So it can give out the results that what it has, and it would be giving out the LLM model results as well. So it had came up to that level under the Power Platform. So what does this AI and low code do is like uh, low code when in sense, when we even don't know either to build a robotic process automation solution, or when we don't know to develop a application by ourselves, and with the help of low code we can go ahead and develop the solutions over there. And this is something like which accelerates the innovation with the help of the low code, and it will be having the different tools in it, and there can be developers who have zero knowledge as well been there, and they can still develop the solutions under it. So this is all about the low code. And when we want to have the creativity being unleashed, and that can be done with the help of AI, with the help of the copilot being infused across the power platform. So the co-pilot that had come in now had played a major role, such that whenever we want to develop an application as a whole, then it can be done within a matter of 5 to 6 minutes. Like the prompts that you given will be the major solution that whatever we want, and it would be processed with that. So, what's this AI Copilot, and how does it get different from the other copilots that are available over the market, like GitHub Copilot or Windows Copilot? So, this AI Copilot is something which is available under the Power Platform, and it's a AI pair programmer, uh, like what we have for the GitHub Copilot, right? It's one of the Copilot that's available by Microsoft. What it does is like it is used to have the suggest and writing code based on the content that whatever we try to develop with it. And it is something like which is a pre-trained language model, which will help you to have the collaboration with the OpenAI, and it will be giving you whenever we try to give an a prompt to it, it would be giving you the solution or an application as a whole, and it would be giving you back the results for it. So this is all about the AI Copilot that's there in the Power Platform, and we can go ahead and develop it. And how does this AI Copilot work is like, it all works on the prompt that what you try to give in. Like prompt plays the major role. How precise is your prompt will be another major role. Like if it's more precise, then it would be giving you the results based on the prompts that what you try to give in. It is something like the LLM models that is being built behind it, and it would be giving you back with the um, like the prompts will go and hit back, and then from there it would be turning up, and the solution as a whole will be coming from there, and you can build the actions or and applications or automation or the insights that whatever you try to develop under the Power BI can be done over the s- over the any of the services with the help of the Microsoft AI Copilot. And like we had been seeing this prompts, right? So what does this prompt engineering do is like, it is a prompting is something like instructing the AI model to do something is called as prompting. So what it does is like it is an NLP concept that involve discovering prompts to yield the useful results that what we need, and that had now come into a separate branch called as a prompt engineering, and that's one of the most expected service to be worked right now as well. Like prompt engineers are one of the role that the people can take up, right? So it is an on demand role as well. So what they do is like, they would be playing around with the different kind of prompts inside the prompt engineering. And uh, and as we discussed, it should be of more precise on the prompt, then we will be getting the results as precise as we give the prompt. And your prompt can be of text to text, or text to image, or text to audio, or text to video as well. So it's all depends on the prompt that what you try to give in under the prompt engineering. And when we go inside the prompting method, so what we can do inside the prompt engineering method is like, you can either instruct it, like, if you want to translate it from English to German, then you would be instructing it, right? So you can either instruct it, or you can get the completions out of it. Completion is like inducing the model to complete the beginning that what you want. It's like you will be telling the model on the beginning, and you would be giving some examples to it. Also, you would be having the responses to it, and from there it would be giving you back the results to it. Or it can be of simple questionnaire, like what does this whole solution do, or what does this application do, or what does this function do. A simple question that what you try to put in. And it can be of fine tuning as well. Why are we discussing all these things is like, this prompts plays a major role when we try to give in inside the AI copilot as the input. Since we all know that English is now becoming the major programming language that what we want, we have to know how precise the prompt has to be, and what are the prompting methods that are there, such that we would give the AI copilot a better prompt, and it would be giving us back a good result of either it can be of application or automation, or application insights based on that. So that's where the prompting method also plays a major role. So, what are the best practices that what we can do inside the prompt engineering is like, we have to give a clear instruction when it comes for prompt engineering. And we should also split up the task that what we try to do, like say in case when we want to build a whole application as such, and when we try to give in all things at once, then it may try to confuse, and it may tend to confuse, and it may try to confuse you as well. So you have to be you have to be precise on what you split on, and you have to make a subtask, and you should be giving a subtask kind of thing, and you will be having a split over there, and you have to work on that. And then you have to put a structure for your instruction to keep the model on track. Say in case here, whatever the application that what we try to do, if we are precise on what kind of the task that what we try to give in will be a major role, then it would be returning you back with the result. Like, you have to question it what it had did and why it had chosen that particular step. Say in case if we are giving it build an application wherein it has to accept the approval from the manager, and it has to send you back the mail. So if it gives some automation steps based on the application, then you have to ask it why you have given those steps, and ask it to explain, such that it would be giving you back with the results of it, right? So that results plays a major role, and that puts in a structure for your model. And the fourth step is something that what we discussed right now. You have to you have to explain before answering the model. Like you have to question the model on asking the justifications that are there, and then you have to conclude whether it is right or wrong. And you have to generate as many outputs as you can to see the best results out of all those, and you can go ahead and verify it. And you have to verify on the hallucination part as well. Like this this is something like, if you had chosen for choosing the Office 365 to be as the manager, and if it chooses something from the outside of box and it gives you with the result, then that becomes the hallucination, and that has to be verified over there, since it is a LLM based model, and it may tend to behave wrong as well, right? So we have to verify those as well. And you can also custom tune your custom models to have the best performance that what you try to give in there. So, different prompting methods that what we can try to control the output is like, you can have the length control, like you can specify the result that are there, or you can have a tone control, like you can ask it for a polite response and it would be giving you back with the polite response over there. And then you can have a style control, like whether how it has to answer. If you had given the prompts in the manner of bullet points or paragraph, it will try to understand better, and it would be giving you back with the results of it, right? So that also plays a major role on how do you prompt, how your prompt behaves. So it should be of audience control. Say in case if it's kind of manager approval, then it has to look for the audience, and it has to give a application out of it. And context control is something that what we try to at look at almost everything. And scenario based guiding, like if we had given an solution, like what we try to do, then it has to give us back with the results of what we had tried to give through the prompts. So those things has to be checked when we try to give the when we try to control the output from the LLM models. So what does this AI builder has the capability of the AI copilot, like what are the additions that are there uh, uh, to the AI builder inside with the help of AI copilot is um, like what we saw, AI builder is not something new inside the Power Platform, and it's a component that has been available since 2019 inside the Power Platform. So what it does is like, it brings up the power of artificial intelligence to the business user. Even if we don't know artificial intelligence, and if we want to use something like get the invoice response, or if we want to have a document analysis, or if we want to generate some report, then that's possible with the help of AI builder. And you can use it in either Power Apps or Power Automate with the help of the Dataverse or any kind of the storage that are there. And it offers pre-built AI models, like, or you can also have the custom model building over there. Like pre-built models or something like, you can go ahead and use the models as such. And custom models is something like which needs training to be done, and you have to give the training for it, and then you can go ahead and use that. So it's like the seamless integration with the model that what we try to do with with the AI builder. So what does this AI copilot does is like, it had now integrated with the help of the LLM models, and wherein you can just given the prompts and it would try to give you back with the result that what it what it can give with the help of the model, like the results that what the model gives will be given back when we use the AI builder now is something that had came in inside the AI builder. So the architecture of the AI copilot as a whole is like it's something which had come in with the help of the AI, right? Copilot is something which had come in collaboration with the AI, which had been trained with the help of the natural language processing. So what it does is like whenever the user starts prompting, like the automation has to be done, or the application has to be developed, or the insights has to be done for the Power BI, then they would be writing it under the Power Platform applications, and that hits up the service. And then the Copilot would be providing you with the suggestions that are there, and you can either go ahead and use it, or you can ask it for a new suggestion, or you can provide even more a good solution that what you have, like to improve the suggestion that what you try to give in for it. And it would be checking for the models that are available, like say in case we are trying to build up a simple application, then it would be giving you with the results, and you can go ahead and use it. Or if you want to still modify it, then you can provide it as a suggestion, and it would return you back with the result that what you try to develop as well. So this is the whole architecture of the AI copilot, wherein you can provide the editor context, or you can also provide some suggestions to it, and from there the copilot will accept it, and it would be returning you back with the results as well. So this is the whole architecture of the AI copilot. And what are required when we want to have the AI copilot as a prerequisite is like we have to have a tenant in the US region. Also, you must have your browser under the United States. And then it's something like you have to navigate to the admin center, and from there the copilot in the Power Apps or Power Automate will be enabled, and from there we would be enabling it. And this is something that what we would be seeing over the demo as well, like how to enable. And even if you don't understand it at this moment, I I would be showing up in the demo wherein you can understand that. So, what are the benefits of Copilot and Power Platform? Is like you can have the accelerated development. Say, in case if you want to generate some automations or flow or function, or some suggestions inside any of the services, like uh, say in case Power Apps or Power Automate or Power BI, then you have to develop from the scratch, right? So it what the AI copilot does is like it would be integrating along with the Power Platform, and it would be giving you the generated automation flows and suggestions, wherein it would accelerate your development speed. And it would also reduce the errors that what we try to do inside the application and flows. And it also provides a enhanced productivity. Say in case like we may tend to have some issues over the productivity, right? But like human cannot work for more than certain period, or it cannot think after certain period. But it's not the same case with a copilot. When your prompts are good, then your productivity will always be the same. So that plays a major role over there. And one important role is like even if we don't know a major of Power Platform as a whole, or if we want to develop some application or automation, or say in case each of the services that are there, and if we don't know any of it but still we need to develop something over there, and we can go ahead and use the AI Copilot, and with the help of it we can use the Power Platform, and we can develop the solutions with the help of that. And it also ensures that the consistency in your applications and workflows are so crucial, and it offers a long term maintainability that are there. So these are some of the benefits that are there. Like, uh, also we have few best practices and tips, like we have to customize our suggestions. Say in case we have to modify and refine the recommendation that what it tries to give you, when you try to when you type in the prompt. And you also can generate the documentation with the help of it, like what does this whole flow do, and you can question it, and once you had questioned it, it would be returning you back with the result of it. And then you can also have the balance automation and manual coding. Say in case when you want to develop something by yourself, and when you want to ask it few things, that's possible. Like, you can develop some and let it develop some, and that's possible too. And you can verify all the data suggestions that what it tries to give you. And one more thing is, like, whatever the data that what you try to give in is not being used for training at all. So regarding the safety and data privacy, it is more secured in that way when it comes for AI Copilot. And then you can verify the generated code, such that uh, you can check the code that what it had tried to develop. Either it can be a flow or application, and check whether it's a right one or wrong at each step, and then move to the next part, so that you can like you will not be under trouble when you go ahead and end it. So it we had been seeing this all now, right? So how does the Copilot protect your data? Is like, your data that what you try to give in will be under the umbrella of Azure, right? And even in the latest meeting, Microsoft has assured that it will not be using any kind of data that is there for that what you try to give in for LLM training will not be used for the training of the LLM models, is what they have assured on. So um, the data that what you try to give in for the Copilot will be safe when it uses the uh, large language model. Like, whatever the prompts that you try to give in will be giving you as the response and app command that the as the user prompt, and it would be returning you back with the results of it, is what uh, the whole uh, the whole Copilot's security that what it tries to have on. And we should also have some RAI, which is responsible AI, through the instruction of the AI Copilot. Like, we should not use any offensive content over it, or we should be following some general safety that is there, and we should follow some prompt templates that are there, and we should avoid the harmful contents. Like, the regular responsible AI that is there will be followed under the AI Copilot as well. And if you try to come out of any of it, then your response will not be given as proper as such. So we had been seeing the dry part till now, and now coming back to the demo part, such that we will understand how does the power platform work when we want to turn it on or uh, turn off the a copilot. So, when you want to turn on your Copilot, what you do is like you would be the first step is like we saw something like we have to go to the admin center, right? So, once you had logged in under the make.powerapps.com, you would be navigating to the admin center. And once you had navigated, you would be going to the environment, and from the environment you would be creating an environment with the help of name, sandbox, and you would be giving everything over there, and you would be creating an environment under the US, and your browser should also be in English, and you should ensure those things. And once you are done with that, you would be going back here, which is for settings, and inside the settings, when you click on it, you will get a pop-up window over there, and wherein it makes you to enable or disable the power apps copilot that is there. Like it would give you a toggle button wherein when you click on it would get on, so you can on it. I would now show you what is the difference between the AI copilot being enabled and AI copilot not being enabled. Like when you click on the MSFT, it's a default one, right? So it would try to give you with the prompt window box will not be enabled when that particular AI copilot is not being enabled, is the major difference. And you can find that the copilot has been enabled or not. This is the prompt window that I was talking about. So it you when it's been available, then it means that your prompt window is being available. And now it's the same step that has been available um, under the Power Automate as well, and we can go ahead and use from there as well. So I have few samples that I had noted on, like inside the Power Automate, we would try to build up few things for creating a flow. Say in case we are trying to build a application, we are trying to build an automation, saying when an email arrives with the invoice file, then it has to get the manager account, and then it had to check for start and wait for the approval is something that what we try to give in there. And when you don't give this as well, you can see these things over here, right? So it's something like you have the prompts being available for few things, like for the major things that are there, the prompts will be available. And for the rest of the things, you can go ahead and give the generate button, and you can go. When you click on the generate, then it would be working on it, and it would try to give you with the suggested flow. If you aren't satisfied with the suggested flow, then you can go ahead and click on the show a different suggestion. And this is where we were seeing that you have to start asking for, I mean, you have to start verifying all the automation or application that what it tries to give you, and ask it for justification as well. So that becomes the prompt engineering method, right? So you have to ensure that too. And now we will go ahead and verify it. When an email arrives is a trigger that has been added, and since I had asked it for my manager's approval, it had now got my profile, and it is trying to loop as well, because I had given a word saying that for each start and wait approval. So it had given up the for each start and wait approval as well. So I am okay with the flow, and I am trying to give on the next. And as a next step, it's not something like you have to go and get all the services being connected. So it would be asking you for the suggestion, for the approval, like permissions, and from there you can go ahead and create the flow. So now that the automation as a whole is being created, the basic automation at least is being created. So, and now when you want to use the Copilot, it's not that only the starting part of the automation can be developed with the help of AI Copilot. You can also modify the AI you can also modify the automation with the help of the AI Copilot. Like you have the Copilot being available here, right? So the Copilot will be popping up here, and from here, when you want to ask some questions to it, then you can still go ahead and use it. And now we are trying to update the flow that what we try to have. Now what we are trying to do is like we are trying to update the trigger the flow if the incoming email contains the invoice, as the title is something that what we are trying to do. And now the when an email arrives is something that what it should have, right? So we will go to that particular action and we'll check whether it has been added or not. So it's been just include attachment as yes, and only with attachment as yes, and we don't have the title being added to it. So as a next step, we are trying to change the flow that what we have. So once that is done, it will prompt that what it has, like what where it had changed to. So when you click on that, it would be coming here, and it would be asking you for the, okay, it is saying that this needs to be done as a thing. So this is where we had given the suggestion on, and like earlier when we clicked on the particular email, when an email arrives, we never had the subject filter being available, right? And now when we had given the invoice as the subject filter, then we will be having the invoice being added here as the name that what we given over there. So that's been added here. And now the whole flow as such has been modified, and it is a modified flow from the part that what we had. And we now have to I mean, we will modify even more. Like it's not that we can modify only the flow that what we have, we can also modify the variable that what we have as well. Like you can modify the, I mean, we are trying to give it as update the title of the approval to be new invoice needs approval. And then we have to assign it to my manager is something that what we try to give in. So this title of the approval is something like the variable has to be changed, and it also has to get my profile, and then it have to look for my manager's approval, and it manager's name, and it has to map for it, right? So it has to do those things. It's all a variable thing, and let's see what it does, like when we try to update it. So what it does is like when you when we scroll up a bit, then it would be can also you can also make it a undo of what you had tried to given, and now it had filtered even more. Say in case it had tried to get the invoice, and that should be from the inbox alone, and and now it's something like, when we go into this, it's something like, we should either select some approval type. Either it can be of approve reject, or approve first, or like approve reject, approve reject of, either it can be of anything. Like everyone must approve is something like all the persons inside the queue must accept it, and first person to respond is something like the first person has to respond and wait for all the responses, like everyone has to respond for it and wait for one response at least, is something like you have to get one response at least for it. So we will be having for first to respond, and once it's a major thing, and once we had did that, then we will have the title and everything being done with it. And when we go down, we can see the changes that what we had tried to get when we had did the changes to it. Like we had given the title to be as new invoice needs approval, right? So we had given that, and it's assigned to my manager. So what it does is like it takes up my input, and then it would be assigning it to my manager. So we had created the approval creation input as this one, and that would be working in that way. So once this is all done, now as a second step, what we will do is like we will update it to be my manager. Like uh in the earlier step, what we did was like, and then assign it to my manager. So now as a step, what we will do is something that it has to send to my manager. So when we give the prompt over there, so what it will do is like it would do the changes, and it would give you back with the result. And and it is something like you can see at the top, right? Like what it had added on is something that it would show up when we give on the prompt. Like you can understand where it had changed on. Earlier, we never had the get manager being available, and now it had added is what something it tries to add on. So it had tried to add in the ID of that particular manager, and it is trying to get that manager's name. Also, it had tried to change in the mail as well. Like earlier, it was like uh, it was getting getting my name, and then from there it is routing from there, right? And now it had changed it to get manager, and then body slash mail is what something that it had changed on. So we can change until like what it had whatever we can try to do. Also, like if we want to add some more condition, like we had been seeing on how do we change the flow, or how do we change the variable right now, right? So now that we will see how do we change the condition that what it tries to do inside the Power Automate. So if we give it like if it's been approved, write the invoice data into the Excel online is something that what we had given on. So that now now that we can see earlier it just had the for each alone, and inside which we just had the wait for approval alone, and we never had a condition being available to it. So now it had added the condition, also it had connected to the Excel business online, like what it mentions here. Also it had added the Excel that is there, and it had given up the value like that. So it tries to add in all the things that are there, and few things has to be selected, like it those are mandatory as well, right? So you can still give those things via the prompts as well, or you can still select it from here as well. So those has to be done, and your prompt and everything, your prompt and the whole automation is ready as such. And say in case if we want to update the condition as well, like if it has to get only one row and that has to send the approval, then see the condition change that will happen here. Say in case like we had given the given it to be like only if it's true, then it would be writing into the Excel, right? So it had changed it automatically without us being the being instructing it. We just gave the prompts and it had changed the whole flow as well. Like it can be done inside the condition that what we try to do as well. Or say in case if you want to find the documentation as well, say in case you can explain it for the flow as such, and you can get the documentation out of it. Like this flow triggers on the new mail, which will be of subject invoice in the in the invoice inbox folder. Whatever we had tried to do till now, it would be taking up all the value, and it would give you back with the result of what it does with the help of the explain. And also you can also ask a question, or you can add an action to it, or if you want to edit a flow, then you can edit it as well by giving over the edit flow, edit this flow to something like that. So all these things are being possible under the Power Automates AI Copilot. And it would be the same way that what we can try to do when it comes for Power Apps as well. Like you had enabled the whole AI Copilot, right? Once that has been enabled, you when you want to start typing in the application, then you would be typing in here, and you can go ahead and start using it. And one more thing is like you can also have the data being available. Say in case if you want to build some application, or if you want to have some data that is there, or earlier we earlier when we don't have the Copilot being available, and if you are giving some Excel or CSV being uploaded to it, and if you are trying to generate it, it will not be having that, and if it does not have a column name being mentioned with it, then it won't be recognizing, right? So it had now overcome with that functionality. Say in case even if you don't give the data that is there, and if you try to like if you don't have a column name for it, and if you try to give it as uploaded one, it would try to generate a name by itself, and based on the data that are available. So this is something that a Copilot had come up with when it comes for data data part. Also, it will be allowing us to have the data being added by ourselves. Say in case when we don't have data at all, and when we are trying to build a application, and it has to build a or it has to take up the data by itself, and it should be working based on that, then we can just give it over there, like what I had given here as an example, like invoice with dates, prices, address, and email IDs. Vendors being created with the data types from the dataverse is something that what I had given as prompt. So when we give that, and when we click on generate, then it would be taking up the data by itself, and it would be giving you up with the responses that are there. Say in case it should be of invoice as something that what we had told, so it had invoice ID as a default, and date by it date is something that what we had specified, and price, email ID is something that what we had specified on, right? So it would be taking up all those values, and email ID is also been mentioned. And since we had asked for address as well, for whatever the data that what we had tried to ask in, it would be giving you up with the results for it. And you can also ask like it would be suggesting you up with the results over here, and from there you can be changing it based on that. Or if you are okay with it, then you will be going and creating the application for yourself. And when you had created the application, then what it does is like it would be creating the whole application as a whole, and it would be giving you up with the results as well. Let it load. Since it is now getting it connected to the dataverse, usually getting connected to the dataverse takes time, right? So it's trying to connect it with the dataverse, and so it is taking up this much time. And it also depends on your internet speed as well, like how fast it is. So it had now built in the application, and now I am trying to preview the application as such. Like if you want to add something, then it tries to give you as an invoice, and from there you can go ahead and build the add in whatever you need, and you can either close it or you can have it a review of it over here there. And this is something that what is available right now. And if we want to have it like this is the whole application, and if we want to do some changes for it, then we can go ahead and still have the sorting being available, like the data that came in, right? So what we can do is like we can select the whole thing, and when we want to have the sorting, or this is the whole data that has been available, and when we want to add in like sorting, then when you click on it, it showed by itself as sorting, right? So you can go ahead and you can go ahead and click on the sort, and it would be taking you up with the short page over here. And from there you can go ahead and give the prompts that what you need. Like I had given as invoice using Copilot is something that what I had given on, and it had given me saying that sort invoice Copilot sort dot ascending is something that what it had tried to give, and I am trying to apply for it. And now And now what we had tried to do is like, yeah, did you notice that Copilot is something that what if we are trying to instruct it, but it tried to give us the uh, whole thing as such. Like we weren't asking it for we weren't asking it for the Copilot to be added, but it had added the Copilot by itself. So that is something that what we have to ask on the justification. Also, we have to note on as well. Like either of it can be selected, and we can go ahead and apply the apply when the suggestions are being done, then you can go ahead and add on the expression that is there, and you can apply for it. And once that has been done, your sorting will be done, and based on the sorting it would get displayed. And now it's something that what we have it for this whole container as as such, right? So when we want to add some submit button, or when we want to add some buttons to it, then what we do is like, we will select the whole container, like where do you want to add. And once we had given, then we will be giving the prompt that add a submit button to the selected container is something that what we try to give in. And it would be adding the submit button, and from there you can go ahead and do the changes for it as well. Like you can give it as comments, or you can also add some backend action to it. So all those things can be done with the help of the AI Copilot as such. And now, let me show a review of it. Like we have, I mean, earlier it was a kind of unsorted one, right? So now it had come up with the sorted one, and it also allows us to submit the invoice as well. Like the submit button has been enabled now, and with which which actually enables, I mean, which was done with the help of the AI Copilot. So these are some of the things that what we can do. Um, as an example, inside the AI Copilot with the help of, I mean, inside the Power Platform with the help of AI Copilot. So, do you have, I mean, it's a time for question and answer right now.
Yeah, thank you, Sir. With great session and also great demo. Thank you very much. Before jump to question, I will mention we selected best question and we will provide 50% exam discount voucher for fundamental. After that, you can select the best question.
Yeah,
Let me share some question with you. The
sure.
first one is Olga. I will show you.
So
Yeah.
if you are located in any other country, all of this info is not valid unless you are based in US. No, it's not exactly like that. It's something like you have to create an environment under the US alone. Like since it is in preview for now, it's been like um, it's been mentioned as US. And also you have to have the browser language as English. And I mean it won't work for other countries right now since it is in preview. That's the major thing, and it's not something like it's not valid. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. The Ganesh question is a two-part. The first part is here.
Can the app be created and made accessible for specific department only, unrestricted to? Yes, this is possible. Like There are many examples over the GitHub as well. Like, I mean, this is one such scenario that is common across the Power Apps, and you can go ahead and develop that. If you need some help out of it, I will be sharing some links for those as well. You can reach out to me post the session as well.
Yeah.
How do we identify hallucination? Is there evaluation metrics we can uh, which can be used before the copilot gives back the response to the user? Okay, we had saw the suggestion, right? Like, this is suggestion. Is this suggestion useful? Is something that what it tries to give you at the end of all the things that we uh, what it tries to give us, like, right? Like, the copilot, when you try to give in under the prompt window, it would be giving you up with the response out of it, right? So from there you can try to find by yourself that if it had hallucinated, um, or if that suggestion particularly is something which is out of box, like it had given up with its own creativity, and from there we can use the response out of it, and it's something like it is being given before giving back to the user itself, right? Like, before we even create the application or automation, that particular suggestion gets displayed, and from there you can go ahead and use that suggestion, or you can try with a different suggestion that what you have.
Yeah.
And
Great.
this is a perfect question.
Yeah, after that you can select it. And one question is that, Pooja, is it possible to ask question in the one paragraph? If I think I highly recommend that about your comment to join Microsoft Learn community if you want to select which role between cybersecurity and AI. There are many technical people in Microsoft Learn community. They can help you to select your role. And the last question, yeah,
Did you use a custom based model? No, I haven't used it. I mean, I had used it, but in the demo that what I had used, I had not used a custom based model.
yeah,
I mean,
great.
it's yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
go
AI
ahead. Go ahead.
copilot, right? So we have something like the models that what we have is already been created, and from there we can go ahead and use that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I think there isn't any question. Which questions are you selected as a win? This one?
Hallucination, yeah.
Yeah. Congrats, Ganesh. Please send a message to us. We will send you your voucher exam. Thank you again, Sarah, and thank you again, guys, for joining us. Is there any comment, Sarah?
No, thanks for the opportunity, and I am glad that I have been into the Azure Zero to Hero community.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for you. Thanks you.
Looking forward.
Thank you, everyone. See you to next session. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.